Hey,
Caught you. What's going on there?
I saw something on my shirt. I was just wiping it off.
The crumb below your, your
My
knee.
nipple, yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
my boob, yeah. Some they get caught underneath here. You gotta get that cleaned out.
Okay.
Apparently, you don't have that problem anymore.
No, I kind of do, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Right.
So is this your sudden weight loss noticeable? Can you stand up, show the people?
It's
Your
not that
your
noticeable yet. We'll when it is, I'll do it.
is
Don't
this
you
like
worry.
water weight or what?
I don't know.
Oh,
How would I know?
oh.
But
Do you feel less bloated?
all
You're
right.
not retaining as much water.
All right. So let me share. I'll share publicly. I, as of January 3rd, I came to this conclusion that I'm a carbaholic.
Well, duh. We all are.
Okay, so since January 3rd, excluding a few, like different forays into something,
Beer.
mostly hamburgers, and I had a 5-ounce beer yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, I have not had in any discernible amount. I've had no pasta, no bread other than a hamburger bun, but we'll worry about that later. Um, no sugar. Like there's no sugar in coffee. There's no candy. There's no things like that.
Yeah.
What else is excluded? I don't know, something like that.
Sugar
Uh,
and carbs.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
Yeah. All the stuff that makes life worth living.
Oh wow, nice. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I have had 2 hamburgers from that Dairy Delight place by me at NORA.
Okay.
I had a hamburger on Monday also at some place, some little dive bar that's awesome in Seattle.
Okay.
And I
No
had
cheese.
no. You can have as much cheese as you want.
Okay.
I had my first 5 French fries on Monday of the year.
Yeah.
They're like crack, bro. Woo. I
Yeah.
haven't had any starches or anything like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And some people immediately say that sounds horrible, or he asked for extra buns. But anyway, yeah.
Good job. It's hard.
I don't know. Yeah. But
Dieting sucks.
came back from the holidays and I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, this is close to the death weight, isn't it? So, we're working down from there. So
Yeah, but your death weight and my death weight are two different numbers.
I don't know. I just came up with a number in my head and I was way past.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Okay. Oh,
So,
you put yourself on a scale for once? Is that what it was?
I get on a scale, and now I get on a scale like a 14-year-old girl right now. It's ridiculous. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, eating disorder and
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
little binging and purging.
yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
I lived that life for a while.
did you?
Yeah. When I was wrestling back in the day, yeah, you had to. I mean, it's essentially somewhat. It's bulimia to in all scientific analysis. It's just a form of bulimia that's not necessarily controlled to your mother being mad at you for gaining weight or anything like that. It's legit just because you're trying to make weight. And so, there would be many days where we would go to the OCB, which is the Old Country Buffet.
Oh, nice.
And lay it down on an Old Country Buffet and then go out to the parking lot and just puke it all up. And just because it felt good to eat it, but then it didn't feel good when you had it. And then you're just like, that's just more weight I got to lose. And so you just puke in the parking lot. And yeah. So anyway, yeah, been there, done that.
Wow. Well, I'm actually not doing what you're just talking about. So that's okay.
Yeah. But we were talking about having eating disorder. So it's hard. And then, my eating disorder is I eat fucking everything.
I think that's called a seafood diet.
Yeah.
You seafood and you eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we even dropped this thing, there was an intro that said, Ladies,
Oh,
what's
all right.
what's the procedure for charging EA batteries?
Whew, that's a good one.
I don't do that
What I
shit.
do.
Yeah, why don't you share?
What do you do?
No, go first. You go
You
first.
first. You first.
So there's this thing called the racetrack,
Yeah.
and I do my discharging on the racetrack.
Yep.
And then I use my I don't have one here in front of me, but my AC/DC Corsa charger, and I use it like a goddamn funster with an AC cord, and I charge at 15 amps whenever the fuck I feel like it. I don't charge right before the race. I don't try to do any of that games.
Yeah.
And then I race my shit. That's it.
Okay. So, mine's kind of the same. I don't worry about heating or anything like that. If I'm going to do anything, if it's like a big race, then I'll put like I might keep the battery on the power supply for a little bit, just get a little warm, especially if it's cold. Like this weekend when I was racing, it was like 60 degrees.
Yeah.
So I would just put it on the power supply just to get a little warm. Um, but no, I don't really heat. I don't discharge before I run. I just whatever it comes off at the track after I run is where it's at, and I just charge it. And I do try to time it a little bit. Unless I'm running mod. If I'm running mod, that thing could be charged for hours. Doesn't really matter. But if I'm running spec, I try to time it a little bit. But usually I'm still early because I get nervous that I screw it up. And so, yeah, I'm like, I'm still like 2 races early.
Yeah. The most adventurous I get is I get a heating bag and I'm already charged. And like 20 minutes before the race, I whip that son bitch in there and let it get hot, but not too hot.
No.
Just hot. Then it starts to rock and you've basically killed the battery.
Yeah. No. So like, I'm not a big proponent of heating batteries or, making them hot. Like if the outside is, let's just say the outside is 90, that means the inside is probably 110.
Yep.
Right. So like, 70, 80 degrees is kind of where I'm kind of like just like to ride if I do try to warm it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And usually my way of warming is just put it on the power supply. I don't have a heating pad or anything like that. Hell, I don't even use lipo bags, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah. Oh, well, you should.
I know. Whatever.
Lipo bags are important. All right. So
I mean, a whole world without a lipo bag. I think I'd be fucking.
So here's a suggestion. Dump at 35 amps for 5 minutes. Then charge that son bitch at 70.
Fucking oval racers.
Yep. Ruining everything.
Yeah. Nah. Not me. That's too much work.
90-degree outside max. I agree with that one.
Yep. I agree with that.
But yeah, I don't know. Sorry we can't help. It's not that I don't like maybe even own all of that stuff to do it. It's just more of the fact that I don't have enough mental capacity to handle worrying about that shit. And realistically, with the charger I mentioned earlier, I don't think you need to do any of that shit. So, but
yeah, you feel that you have a magical charger that charges special. That's like, it's like the magical beans that Jack got from the wherever, and that your battery charger charges batteries more charged than other battery chargers. Mm-hmm. So like somehow your charger charges the battery better to 4.2 volts to 4.2 volts per cell than any other charger out there. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
Well, hey,
I call shenanigans on that, but whatever.
It's all right. It's so good. Oval racers buy it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then again, one oval racer says didn't make a fucking difference. So whatever.
So anyway,
maybe it didn't have the right batteries.
Oh, is that what it is? So now it's the right batteries. Well, what batteries are the right batteries?
I don't know. Well, I can tell you what worked and I can tell you what didn't work.
Okay.
So when I did this thing with that charger, I used an iCharger versus this Corsair charger,
No.
and then I used two different batteries. I used a Sunpadao like 6000.
Yeah.
I used their Corsair 7400.
Yeah.
And if I charge the Sunpadao on the iCharger, let's say, hot laps on 19.0, I don't know. If I charge it on the Corsair, the Sunpadao, hot lap 19.1. It wasn't better, or it was the same. All right. Charge the Corsair stick on the iCharger. I don't know, 19.0. All right. Charge the Corsair stick on the Corsair charger. Hot lap 18.9. And you can go back and forth. You can run. I did this all at SeaTac, where you can run endlessly. So, maybe
On an asphalt track that evolves.
you can charge it the other way and it goes slower again.
Okay.
And you can run endlessly.
All
There's
right.
no I got to wait for the Euro truck to not be on the goddamn track to test this. That's the worst thing in the world.
So what about this? Is it like some pulse charging thing or
Something?
Because like they tried this whole pulse charging back in the day, and I don't know, like
I don't know what's doing it. Something's doing it though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, if you want to go a tenth faster in your head, get a Corsair charger with some Corsair batteries.
Or there's other batteries that also work with this.
Oh, really?
I can guarantee that EA's 5006 also work with this.
Okay. Or get EA 5000 sticks,
Mm-hmm.
which he's currently sold out of.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Well, you probably have them all.
That's a shame. There's 3 of them right here.
Oh, goddamn. Hook a brother up. I need batteries for finish line.
I'll probably have a stick for you to borrow.
Okay.
Were you going to run that mod?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So, anyway.
A good choice.
Yeah. No, it's a real good choice. It's better than these blue LRP pieces of shit that I got.
The what? Huh?
I got these blue LRP batteries. They're not shitty batteries. They're actually really good batteries. But they're blue. And they're just ugly. Otherwise I'd run them. Like I really they're a great battery. They really are. They're no swell. You want to buy them, just send me an IM. I'll sell them to you. But like they're a great battery. They're just blue. And it just bugs me.
And you don't like Smurfs?
No. I hate Smurfs.
Mm.
Call me Gargamel.
No, that's somebody else.
No, it's fucking the Gargamel was the guy.
You know who Gargamel is? There's
a
racer that call Gargamel. And you're not.
Yeah, he's in Cleveland. But yeah, so anyway, but yeah, they I like them. They're a great battery. I haven't had, I feel they've performed very well. They're just blue.
And do you see that when you're driving your car and it angers you?
Yes, pretty much. Like I could just I just know there's a blue battery in there.
Yeah. All right. You have mental problems.
No, I don't. I'm perfectly normal.
Okay.
Yeah, I like my shit to look nice, and the blue battery does not look nice. Like you see, and you also probably wonder why all these dudes in Europe are like bailing off of the LRP because they don't want to run blue batteries. That's what it is.
I don't think that's it.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's because they're in modified. Their speed controls feel like on-off switches.
Oh well, it doesn't hurt the one guy.
Dude, the one guy is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. I was a quote unquote teammate with Senor Volker in 2014, and that shit was undrivable.
Right.
So,
so did you hear any news that happened overnight or anything like that? Any in the RC world?
Roar went to a meeting.
Yeah. And they outlawed the Truggy body.
You mean the Bruggy?
Or whatever. Yeah, the Bruggy body. Have many people that's such a divisive topic and how so many people are butthurt over that thing. I mean,
It's a
wow.
shock. I'm kind of like, why does anyone care?
Huh?
I'm kind of like, why does anyone care?
Well, I mean, obviously we don't race the class. At
But
least I don't. So I don't care. But I'm like, the contempt and the anger and the level of butthurt everyone has for this is just like, wow.
You know what the cause of it is? There's two words.
Dave Parker.
No, it's Jeff Parker.
Jeff Parker, whatever.
Yeah. But you're close. So you get half the story.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, it's interesting. But like it really just comes down to having the car, how it flies through the air.
Right.
And creates a big parachute, just like a short course truck.
Yeah.
10 scale. So they fly real weird. And maybe they break more of the bodies. So I don't know. But otherwise it feels like a 1/7 scale buggy with those bodies they have now.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Big, it costs a lot of money.
Yep.
And a new ugly body.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that there was just so much like anger.
Mm-hmm. Anger.
They do look like shit.
What's that?
They do look like shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Now, here's another comment. I haven't followed this. VTA rules have changed. I don't know what changed. I couldn't tell you. I know there's a gravity tire now.
Yeah.
But that's all I know. I don't know what else changed. So someone's going to have to enlighten us.
Oh, so they're allowing the gravity tire VTA?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't think that's a bad thing. Because at least now you can get them.
Oh, you hope so. I'm eating nuts and
yeah, you are.
Yeah, and coconut. It's lovely.
That sounds horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What was I eating before when you saw me?
You're eating a pepper raw.
Okay.
An orange pepper.
All right, and apparently there's a Motive 25.5 spec motor.
Motor went to spec gravity 25. Is that just the USGT 25.5?
Yeah.
Or like the version of the USGT?
They must have a motor,
Okay. So VTA went to the Motive spec 25.5.
Uh-huh.
How's that a bad thing?
I don't know.
All these dudes want to run their own 25.5 motors? Is that what it is?
Correct.
Because they got an Exalt deal. They want to fucking be able to run their 25.5 motor.
Or an R1 deal, or a Trinity deal, or a Phantom deal.
And they want to run their 25.5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if you want to run open motor 25.5, you should just run 25.5 class.
There's a lot of dudes just mounting up for that. It's crazy right now.
I mean, I think that's where that belongs. I think in VTA, it should be a spec class. They should have a spec tire, spec motor, spec battery. They have the driver figure thing's kind of dumb, but other than that,
yeah, it is. The one conversation I had this weekend at our 2-day national race was
regional.
Regional. We need to have rain cars in Seattle. And the best synopsis I came up with was, why don't we make them VTA cars? Because they have to be heavy as shit anyway. So you can, put all the stuff around the receiver and whatever else and make it so it doesn't blow up. So I think there's probably a carbon VTA car in my future. So
well, we had the same exact conversation because of the rain that we had, or at least I had the conversation, and Dave Vera is like, "Don't be dumb." He's like, "Fuck that, no." He's like, you know what my wet car is? Whatever the one I brought with me, and if it goes 4 minutes and blows up, so be it. I'll just put another car out there. So yeah. Anyway.
So apparently, folks are grumpy about it basically becoming a company class with the company's motor and the company's tires. They just took over that class. The Midwest are supporting the Midwest boys.
Oh, so I guess you can look at that as, yeah, because it's so then essentially it's people who don't have a deal with motive. Is that what I mean? Because that would be where the grumpiness is. Otherwise, you're like, oh well. And if you run a VTA and you got a deal, like, sorry, that's a little like VTA is kind of the anti-deal class. Like, oh, I got a deal, so therefore I'm gonna run VTA. Like, sorry, like I can't get on board with that. Like, I have a motor deal and I run VTA. Like, do you really have a motor deal, or are you just a contract customer?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know you're looking for all the hot VTA talent to sponsor.
Yeah, I'm all about it. So why don't we get into your weekend, what you had of it, and then we can go talk about the graphic you made, and you can call me out as a cheater, and then we can go through everything else.
Okay. All right. Well, the weekend went pretty well. Saturday it rained in the morning, so we had a pushback practice, so we didn't get on the track to around 12:30, somewhere around then. So we ran to I ran to around 4:30.
Yeah.
5 o'clock, somewhere around there. So a good 4.5 hours. I didn't get a chance to try a ton of stuff, just with the limited time that we had. But played around with like long links and short links on the top. Played around with the mounting the front bumper to the bulkheads. Played around with that a little bit. Ran the 7.
What analysis do you have? Anything you want to share?
I think the screws in the bulkhead, from the bumper to the bulkhead, I think that's more of a it doesn't necessarily give the car more steering, it just makes it more twitchy and more aggressive. So I in 17.5, the track's so long that any little movement on the wheel, the car would kind of wander, and so by putting those screws in, it kind of got rid of a lot of that.
It got rid of it.
Yeah. And like I said, it still had the same amount of steering. So, but 17.5 car was good. I ran it twice in practice on Saturday. I didn't make any changes to it. Just kind of ran it and, felt that it was comfortable enough and just went from there. Ran the mod car a lot. Again, played with some top links on that. I went to the shorter links with the LTL, the AM19 LTLs versus the long links, and I like the long links better. So,
did you try the long LTL version of it?
No, I didn't do all that.
Okay,
I wasn't. I didn't have time for all that. But I didn't really make too much the setup changes from when I was there a few weeks ago in practice. Just kind of put new tires on. Didn't really like new tires that much. I thought it made the car push too much. It didn't go any faster either. It just pushed more. And then the second run tire, it was kind of back to where I needed to be.
Now, couldn't you just dial some steering into that car and then it would grip more and be fast?
No, it didn't really drive any different. It just wasn't as fast. And it the on power, through the sweeper area, it just wanted to push out more there. So I don't know. I kind of discovered that I thought that, at least rerun tires were faster. At the end of the night, I was on my third run on a set of tires, and I went the fastest lap of the day for myself. And I was like, well, and my car was really consistent all weekend. Or at least my car was really consistent on Saturday. I could run, my hot lap was 16.2, but I could run 4, 5s, and 6s pretty consistently. So Felt good, and then so we went into racing on Sunday. Sunday started off the day at 0% chance of rain,
Mm-hmm.
and so we ran the first round. I got to run my 17.5 car. I was able to take TQ in the first round with 17.5. And then about 3 races later, we ran mod, and we got the cars out on the track as it started sprinkling. And about a minute in, the track was too wet, and we couldn't finish the race. And then that was pretty much the end of the weekend. The rains really came down, kind of washed us out. And so they are going to reschedule the race for April.
April, god damn.
Yeah. Well, they got a race next month in February,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got a race in March. So April's the next date. And I won't be able to attend it, so it doesn't really matter. So,
oh, why not? Where are you going?
I got commitments.
You doing things, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing things. So that weekend's out for me, so I won't be able to go to the makeup race. But oh well.
That's just a low down, dirty shame.
Yeah, it happens. But
okay.
Car rant, like I said, both cars were working really well. I'm kind of excited for Bakersfield. Just because I think the tracks are somewhat similar as far as grip levels and kind of the way the tires work and everything like that. It's the same tires they're running out there.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you have the inside line on Bakersfield.
Yeah, and you're telling me the whole time like none of that shit's gonna work.
Well, I didn't remember the tire change.
Oh, so you think that's a big difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I might have the inside line on Bakersfield then, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, when we get there, how close, or how similar the cars feel to where they were at Nuggets. Then, I'll be doing a lot of practicing at Nuggets. That's for sure. If that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Well, as much as they have, they don't really, they don't really race that. They don't really race there. They only have like little test and tune sessions every so often. So.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why do you have a track and you don't have racing at it?
Because it's more of the owner. It's kind of just more of his little playground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is he like just running nitro cars randomly throughout the week or whatever?
Well, he doesn't. I mean, I from what I understand, I don't even think he lives near the track. I think he lives like 2 or 3 hours away.
Huh.
So like it's kind of one of those things. Like it's like his little summer. It's like his weekend place. So he's got a little house on the property and everything. So they're just like, oh, we're gonna go up to our weekend place that happens to have a racetrack at it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and so that's hey, we're just gonna go up there for the weekend. We're gonna play with our cars all day and drink beer and have fun. And he also goes to a lot of the ENS races.
Okay.
Throughout the summer. Mm-hmm. So between travel over there and everything like that, they don't really have a lot of opportunity to have races. I mean, really, if he comes down to it, he has like 5-6 races a year total, and then the rest of the time it's just used for practice.
That seems crazy to me.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with the practice.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And again, especially if it drives similar to what Bakersfield does. So
yeah, it just feels like a lot of work. That's all.
Like we mean,
just you have this place and it's there and it's not like it's free. So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I mean, like I said, I have a fun time on. And the thing for me is, it's even great. Is like it's an hour away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I can this weekend. I went to the track on Saturday, came home, stayed in my own house.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and so it's for an hour away. Jump over there, you can get a good 5-6 hours of practice in, come home.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Is it really an hour away, or it's an hour away because you're doing 90?
You mean 115? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it's in the middle of nowhere, right? And so there's a state road, like 72 or whatever, that goes from 75 to basically Arcadia, and it's damn near empty.
Uh-huh.
And you want to talk about straight and flat, and it's just you're just cruising along, just waving at the cows as you go by. Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, an hour away. I mean, if I didn't go that fast, it'd be like an hour and 15. Like it's not like.
So, one of the favorite things I know you do. What body did you run?
I only ran 2 bodies. I told you we've had this conversation.
What are they? I don't believe
I ran the Wolverine in 17.5, and I ran the Speciality in mod.
I'm just shocked. That's all.
That's it. That's
how
many
bodies you have? Yeah, there's lots of bodies, you know.
Yeah, but that's the only bodies that I own.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like I've cut up and tore up every other thing that there fucking is. Like this is what I'm running. I will admit I do keep an OG Twister with me, but I never run it because every time I have run it in the past, it sucks. So I don't ever run it. I just run the special and mod and the Wolverine in stock.
That's crazy. Guess how many Wolverines I've run in the last 5 years?
None. You never owned one.
I ran one once for one battery pack.
Oh, okay. You didn't like it?
I didn't like it.
But you're always running at these tracks with very low grip up there.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they are.
Jackson, and I didn't like it there because it got to the corner and then it just went like in the whale tail. It just lost the ass instantly. I was like, what the fuck just happened? So yeah, that wasn't my jam at that second.
I really feel that when I do run it, like it really kind of smooths out the car and gives it a real consistent feel, and allows me to like when it has like big turns like the whale tail or whatever, it really feels like it runs the radius really well for me. So I like it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I got it mounted right or anything like that. You know, sometimes you just try something and you're like, I don't like this thing. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, given that every Euro person in the world runs it, and that's the only body they ever run, so it's like, that means something.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway, so yeah, nope. That's the only body I'm going to run. That's what I'm bringing with me.
All right. Well, there you go. Very interesting. Very interesting.
So how many bodies did you run this weekend?
I ran one.
Oh, you just ran the 02?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I ran 2 of them, like a real beat to shit one mounted that you saw before in racing in Seattle. That one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The new one at the track. And I went out Q1 with a brand new body that I've never run before, brand new on carpet.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah. 02 seems to be working well for you.
I'm a big fan. And this is either going to be great for me or fucking bite me in the ass. One of the two. I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, right now, looking at Snowbird's entry, I got you pegged for all 3 A mains.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm not going to just be wearing a nice button-down shirt on Sunday, putting cars down?
I mean, 21.5 maybe. You might not make that one.
God damn.
But for mod and 17.5, yeah, you're locked in, kid, right now.
I don't know. We'll see.
So, congratulations.
I would like to qualify top 5 in as many classes as I can.
I don't know if you're going to do that. I mean, that's aggressive.
We'll see. That's kind of, look at this. Better be. Anyway. Yeah, my goal is to qualify top 5 in as many of the classes as I can.
Okay, that's an aggressive goal.
Yeah, look at this. I expect trophies.
Ooh. How about plaques?
Okay. But the crazier part is it says missing my birthday. So
yeah, I know. That's also an aggressive move.
Yeah, like this guy must have a suicide watch.
Yeah, I don't know how you pulled that off.
I don't know either. I somehow or another I can't. Oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, and I'm not dead. So congrats to me.
Yeah. You've You've done well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done well. I mean, I mean, you have done well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that pulling this off, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how I've done it either. And Fairtrace is saying, why is that not always your goal? It is, Larry. I'm just gonna, we're really trying right now. We're not just fucking around.
You're really trying.
Yeah, gonna really try. Mm-hmm.
So, how did any other questions for me?
And then this is really savage. Don't worry, Jamie. I can give you a 1. That's fucked up. That is fucked.
Will Spanx like that?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think she cares. Anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I don't know. I've run one body. The week prior, I did run the Red Hawk for a little bit.
How'd you like that?
I thought it was interesting. I didn't have a stock car that week. I ran it, on a mod car, and I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
And to me, I felt like it made the mod car really smooth. Like it kind of numbed everything out of the car.
Right.
It's
like a Wolverine, but it just doesn't quite rotate quite as hard in the middle.
Yeah,
I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, it does seem like it really runs some corner speed. Like I ran it for like 3 times, and that was it.
I saw big corner speed. Yes.
Yeah. Or at least it feels like it has big corner speed. Whether or not it does or not, I don't know. But yeah,
it didn't really I felt like I had to lift a little bit to kind of, or maybe lift more.
Yeah.
To initiate, and then it had big corner speed. So
yeah. But I don't know. I really didn't like it. So fuck it.
But yeah, so I showed up on Sunday. I was late. On Saturday, and I was late, and I was mad.
Why?
But, why was I late, or why was I mad?
Both.
Well, I was mad because I was late, and then why was I late? Well, I woke up at 5, and I wanted to leave at 6 so I could get there at 7. But I left at 6:40. Let's call it 6:50, and I got there right before 8 or whatever. And what caused me to be late? Well, 2 things. Remember last week when I cut those belts?
Yeah,
I had to fix that. And then that was like 25, 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
But what really got me was on the car that I just built, the right rear, the PSS screw, the ST6900.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason or another, I put my driver in and it was stripped.
Yep.
And
they do that every now and then.
And so it was maxed, not in, so it was least pressure possible, fully stripped. And so I had to pull that corner of the car off, fucking rip that shit off, blah, 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 things I didn't expect to have to do.
Right.
But I had done camber and caster and all the other stuff on the car. And then I was putting tires on that morning. So I put the tires on and I go to tweak it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, the ride height's real bad. So let's go with, and I'm like, oh, and yeah, that was, another 25 minutes of whatever I didn't expect to do.
Right. Yeah, no, those ST09s, they hopefully the new ones they have coming out will kind of maybe help with that. Yeah.
Maybe.
I know they probably made them longer because of the new, the little metal piece that they go into. I don't know what that's called. SP03 or something like that.
SPR23. But anyway, so I remember the first time I ran those. It was at the 2019 Reedy race in California. And I stripped one the first time I built it. And yeah, that was annoying. But I hadn't had that problem since 2019.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it hit me and I was like, grr.
Yeah, every now and then you get one. I've had a couple. They're not fun.
Yeah. But that's fine. I had many.
One of them I had to, I couldn't even get it out or anything. I just had to throw the whole thing away.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even try to get it out. I had an extra Delrin piece, so I was just like,
yeah.
let's move on, and then I'll deal with it.
Yeah, that's the smart move.
Yeah,
for sure.
Anyway, so I got it all together, and then I show up just in time, and there's like controlled practice sessions that are going on, and I was like, okay, cool. So there was like a controlled practice from 8 to 8:30 for stock touring, and then there was one at 8:45 to 9 for mod touring, and I think we had 3 rotations of that, but there are other classes mixed in, whatever, and the first time I got my car out on the track with gravities, the stock car, and holy cow, it was the loosest fucking car I've ever driven. And I had a few things on kill, I guess, and so I had to undo some stuff and make the car, not be as aggressive on the nose and this, that, whatever else. But I don't know.
Expecting the car to be not turn, or?
Well, I was showing up with a setup that I didn't know how green the track was compared to, how low grip or not low grip were we the week prior.
Yeah.
And maybe we were like medium grip the week prior.
Okay.
But the fun part was I did throw down the mod car with the Jaycos on it that I'd been running. And that was pretty hooked up, actually.
Okay.
And
what was it with the gravities that you had to race on?
So I had decided to run one set of gravities. On Saturday, I ran one set of tires.
Okay.
Stock and mod, because there was no real time to break in tires. And I come to find out on Sunday, there wasn't open practice before the sort of schedule of practice was going on. So I wanted to run new tires in stock. And so basically we had a table that has carpet on it. And I basically every 10, 15 seconds, I just held the car, went like this, put more sauce on, did that. So I did that for like 15 minutes. And then
so like a savage break-in.
Yeah. And then I had a 30-minute practice session, and I ran the car for 30 minutes in the practice session. It felt like maybe I ran 15 minutes of a 30-minute practice session.
Yeah.
Brake tire there. Yeah.
Okay. Did that help?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But like literally that morning, I did my fastest lap of the weekend, never to get close to it again. So I did my 2 fastest laps of the weekend that morning.
You gotta wore the tires out?
I don't think so. But yeah, so I don't know, but I learned a bunch of stuff, and so that's good. And
what kind of stuff did you learn?
Well, I figured out like a somewhat of a priority of how I wanted to detune a car a little bit. And so the major 2 things that I think helped the most, and the final 2, I don't know how much they help, so they need a little more testing. But was take that front C45 thing off, and then lower the shims on top of the front AM06. Those are the 2 things.
The C45 thing on the front.
The C45, the brace for the dampener.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so those 2 were, I think, the biggest changes.
Okay.
And I went from 2 mil to 1 mil on top of the hub, and I also did like an asphalt top deck in the rear, and I moved the screw back from D to E, and I did the motor mount. I did 1, 2, 3, but I think I kind of showed up with them 1, 2, 3, so I don't think it was a big change.
All right.
But yeah, so and that and a little more rear toe, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. So your 21.5 car, you ended up TQing and winning?
Yeah, dude. The car, round 2. Oh no, there was one other real big thing I did, but I didn't know to do this as before I got to it. All right. So I'm asking different people. I'm bugging the fuck out of people. Hey, what do you think I should do? Like, what should I
Mm-hmm.
try? Because there wasn't ability to run anything between rounds or whatever. There are
Right.
18 races, so we were just humping and jumping, running.
Right.
And so like round 1, I don't know.
Oh, by the way, hold on real quick before you get onto this. Who's the dude that does the announcing there?
that guy's amazing. He's not the normal announcer, but his voice is amazing.
Yes, he has got the voice of radio.
Yeah. And
because I tuned in a little bit because it was raining. So
yeah. And so the reality is this is a borrowed announcer from the off-road diehard program.
Okay.
And so this gentleman, the very funny part, and the thing I wasn't aware of until having a conversation about it in particular, was that the challenge with we're not the challenge, but let's say the gift of that awesome radio voice
from
I probably it'd be really great if it was. It was generated after going through chemo in 2019 to battle cancer.
Like throat cancer?
Some sort of cancer. I didn't get all the details. So the guy's name is Brandon Dyche, Dyche. All right.
Uh-huh.
And ever since I went to that off-road thing, Die Hard, for a carpet race, I was like, who the fuck is this and why is he so good?
Right.
Because the voice is great, but he also does a great job.
Right. And, no. He definitely I could tell just by watching you guys run.
Yeah. So that was impressive. And so all in all, like pretty cool. And
it was like just a really good voice. Like he didn't have like the hey, good morning. It's 4:02 out there, and on your traffic and weather day at the 9s. It wasn't like that radio voice, It was,
no, it's a good one. So it's wild to check out the NORA page and any of the videos posted from it. The voice is killer.
All right. Anyway, sorry, we digress.
Yeah, it's fine. But it's funny how it came from such a bad place in the guy's life.
Yeah.
And thankfully he's okay at the moment. And the voice is awesome.
Maybe you should try to do some voice work.
Oh, maybe he might do a little intro work for some track rats.
There you go. Ooh.
We just need a little copy. I already talked to him about it, but I don't know what he's going to say, so we got to come up with some copy. All right. Anyway,
I mean, we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
two favorite idiots. Like.
All right. So moving on. Yeah. So I don't know. So I was just throwing stuff at like making a bunch of changes at once. Which I hate doing, but I was like, fuck it, I got to do something because I'm like, right now I got like a second, maybe third place car, and I don't like that.
Okay.
So at the start of Q2, I had 3 or 4 big changes. So I added a 1 mil to my rear spring gap, making it stiffer.
Yep.
I put a harder top deck on, the asphalt one.
Okay.
And I ran center hole.
One piece?
No. Just the normal, the C127. All right.
All right.
And then the other thing was I dropped a new power plant in.
Oh, the cheating.
What do you mean cheating? Why is it cheating?
Okay, for 2 reasons.
Okay, why?
One, no one's I've known has been fast with an Orca motor.
The top 5 at this event had the motor. Keith Yu was like kind of hanging out.
So, and then second, Mike G doesn't run this motor, so it can't be any good. Because if it was good, it'd be in Mike G's car.
Maybe it'll be in his car soon.
I don't think so, because he's like Mr. Factory Orca.
We'll see. I'm
just saying.
Hey, Mike G, call me. I'll tell you how it went. Yeah.
I think you're cheating.
All right. Literally, the top 5 guys in the event in stock touring all had that motor.
Oh, so you all decided to go slower.
Anyway, ignore.
I guess Orca's not going to sponsor the show now, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's one of the guys, number 2 in stock, number 1 in mod, just laughing at you. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the reality was, though, I don't think it was the motor. The car was just really fucking good. Okay. And I couldn't do anything wrong with the car on Saturday. And, so I laid it down Q2, went back out Q3. I changed the gearing a little bit, AKA I geared up, and it just went faster. So whatever, it was good.
So why didn't you put your other motor back in?
I thought about it. I just didn't. So, okay. But I did think about it. And I probably should have on Sunday. Sunday for me was like two big things happened on Sunday. So Sunday.
Did you show up on time?
Yeah. It was fine. So Sunday, other than running new tires in stock, I gave up on the servo horn in both cars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I speaking of servo horns, I bent the piss out of one. I mean, it was pretty good. And then I realized that the other car that I took it from, I didn't realize this till I came home. So I'm like, fuck, I don't have a spare. Mm-hmm. So I had to rob one off my 21.5 car, and I put it on, and it looked a little weird, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so it didn't matter because we got rained out anyway. But when I came home, I took it apart, and it was bent too.
Yeah.
So I have since placed an order for 3 servo horns to replace the 2 and have a spare. But I bent the shit out of one.
The funny part was, so all weekend, or leading up to the qualifying, there was a certain corner on the track that I was owning. All right. There was a pretty sturdy flex board onto the straightaway. We had a double sweeper, 2-corner sweeper.
Yeah.
And, my cars kept on getting fucking real sideways and loose there.
Yeah.
On the second apex. And then they would normally kick into the middle, hit the beginning of the thing, shoot to the fucking outside, smash the fuck out of the wall, drop down. Sometimes they would drop down inside the track and sometimes outside of the track.
Okay.
All right. And, but I have to say, other than maybe bending the fuck out of a servo horn, car did tremendously.
I guarantee you your 14 LS is bent.
So my 14 LS on the mod car is the standard one, but I put the little ball things in them.
Yeah.
And then in the stock car, it's the Avid ones, and those things are bricky as fuck. So they're fine.
I bet they're bent.
I don't think they are.
Okay. Check them out. See what happens.
All right, sure, maybe. If I have a chance, that's only about 2-3 screws. I can do that. It's not that hard. So, EA's here. EA, he needs some 5,000s. All right, so hook a brother up.
He won't have any until after Snowbirds.
Okay. Anyway, So the 2 big things I did was I switched from the horn to an X-ray servo saver.
All right.
The Sagami, the new Sagami part, which is XR008.
Right.
Which looks like a normal X-ray saver, but it's made out of metal.
Right.
And
how'd that work?
I don't know, it was fine. I put it at the highest position.
Which is higher than a normal X-ray.
Yes. And I did run it in between the rounds, between Q4 and the main.
Right.
We were doing triple mains, which I didn't know either, really. So I ran it between the round, and I was like, oh, fuck, my car is pushing like crazy.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. So throughout the day on Saturday, the grip wasn't really raising so much. But on Sunday, we caught with the grip raising. And so I kept on having to find ways to add more front steering into my cars,
Okay.
but not mechanical throw. I needed to just have grip.
Grip, yeah.
And then look at this. 26 watching, only 7 likes. Punch the thumbs up button. Thanks, Ronnie.
Thanks, Ron.
Brother up.
Yes.
All right.
Get the likes up, kids.
So anyway, so I put that servo saver thing on, and I was like, oh God, this thing doesn't turn at all. And
this is not a ringing endorsement for this change.
No, I don't think it is. Well, number one, it's a necessary change because in Q4, I tapped the board in front of me.
Yeah.
And then I drove the next 44 minutes and 10 seconds going down the straightaway like this.
Oh, why?
Because it fucking uncentered itself.
Oh, because it's bent.
Bent the fuck out of itself.
Right.
And so it's going all this crazy ways and whatever else. And, so like, that was not a good run for me. All right. Thankfully, there was no reset that round. But yeah, when the thing's bent and like you'd have to trim change it by like 25 clicks.
Right.
I was like, I can't race like this. Even if it's better, it doesn't matter. I can't race like this.
Right.
So
you put the X-ray servo horn on and you lost a bunch of steering. Did you lose initial steering or just overall steering, or did you have the same amount of actual turn?
Yeah, I had the same throw.
Yeah.
EA saying he thinks it's the same height.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Because I wasn't comparing it against the plastic thing. I was comparing it against my bent metal horn. And so yeah. Anyway, there was that.
What were you running the metal horn at?
What's that? I put that at max.
Oh, so you're like 19 millimeters.
Whatever the max is, full Savage.
Yeah, I think that's 19.
Yeah. Anyway, so I did that, and then the other big change for the day was I took all the turbo out of my mod Speedo.
Okay.
I didn't have a lot of turbo. I only had 4%. All right, or 4 whatevers.
Degrees.
Sure. Anyway.
Whatever. Yeah.
But I took that out, and the major difference was I basically didn't blow the end of the straightaway as much. But the most important one was the car wasn't inconsistent going through the crosstown right in front of the driver's stand.
Because it wasn't kicking in turbo.
Yeah.
Sounds like you needed to not necessarily move the turbo, like change your up and down rates.
Well, I don't know. They're not aggressive. Or at least I don't think they're that aggressive. So that could be the next thing I play with.
Right.
One other thing I did play with too, I raised my PWM for the brakes.
Okay.
And by doing that, instead of me like trying to change my drag brake or my brake power or whatever it was, I was just able to get the brakes then to lock less in 2 quarters that they were hard braking.
So how'd you get the steering back once you put the servo saver on?
Oh, you want to know?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
because I think I have a race coming up in March where I'm probably going to run servo savers.
Where's that?
Heroes.
Oh, okay.
Because they have the most brutal boards ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've actually bought Avid LSs essentially, and which I've actually bent one there before because that's how fucking brutal that track is. And I want to put servo savers on.
Yeah.
But you lose that initial cut and stuff. So I'm trying to
yeah. So all I really did was I still had my front end, the AM06.
Yeah.
I had 1 mil above it still at that time. So I went to the 2 mil.
Okay.
And I had a 1 mil front brace connecting the dampeners, and I went to a 1.5.
So you went stiffer on the CM45 and you went up again where?
On the front, on the top of the hub in the front.
Oh, okay.
More camber gain going.
All right. And that's how you got it all back?
I got some of it back. I don't think it's all back, but I got some of it. And then again, I went to a 2 mil front brace that connects the things. I should have probably went to the 2.5. And I think I'll go to the 2.5 for this weekend when I run Saturday.
So you think going to the 2.5, the stiffer brace on the C45 gives you more initial cut or whatever?
Yeah, it just gives a good feel, you know. And for me, honestly, these cars, driving them, you're not in the car. You can't feel like what it's doing with your butt like in a real car. So it's really just about like, you know, how is it responding to your turn? You know, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
So it gave it a good feel.
Okay.
Now the funny part was, the mod car still had mad steering because it just had too much grip.
Okay.
So what I would say would happen was the stock car was awesome when the grip was low, and the mod car was a little skatey and had too much turbo. Next day, the mod car, I was like, oh shit, this thing's hooked up. And then the stock car was just starting to push. So that's kind of where I saw the trend going. And but I thought all in all, like the mod car was super good. I didn't have a lot of luck. Like I got kind of sent on the first corner in A1 a mod, and then like second or third lap in A3 a mod, I got sent. Someone rear-ended me.
I saw you had some good starts in stock because they were replaying those today on Facebook.
Yeah. My starts were pretty fucking goddamn good. Everyone else behind me was blown up.
Yeah.
And they restarted the races actually 3 times. After the first restart, because of a pileup in, it might have been A1 or A2, I don't remember which. I actually somehow jumped the start, not on purpose. My finger just slipped off the whatever. Anyway, so they had to regrid me.
Cheated on that too. All right.
See, yeah, on that also. Yep, correct.
Yeah.
And then,
you knew it.
Yeah. You know, it's bound to happen. And then, yeah, I don't know. So all in all, just like some hard racing. And, you know, oh yeah, there was about 1 foot spacing between all the cars.
Yeah. That makes it a little tough.
Which was pretty tough. But then, like one of the rounds, we gave more spacing in mod, and I still got dumped. So it didn't really matter. I was just like, you know, people were just. I think the reality is, I tried to do whatever I can to not get the guy in front of me, and sometimes that means get by the guy behind me.
Yeah, I mean, essentially kind of what happened to me at Worlds. You know, so yeah, no, I get it. You know, it happens to everyone at some point in time, unless you're just TQing and then you don't have to really worry about it too much. But well, good. Do you feel that your work and effort this weekend prepares you for the snowbirds? Are you psyched? You ready to go?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Top 5 cars. This is what you got.
We're gonna try. Yep.
Yeah.
And so what do I got cooking? Let's talk about it. So mod car is going to get one of these flex chassis.
Okay.
I got to do that like tomorrow night, Friday.
Why?
Because it's not here yet. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you got a week still.
Yeah, no, but I want to run it. I want to see what it's like.
Where are you gonna run it at?
I'm racing on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm retarded. I'm going racing Saturday. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah. No. Right.
So how packed up are you?
How packed up am I?
Yeah.
Not even close. But that's I got a few days. And then
so you're gonna try the flex chassis, and is this the one from?
Both of them are from my man Botas in Ohio. So
okay, so you have different versions.
No, only one style.
Okay.
And
this is one you can find on Side Piece Racing. It's the USA cut, whatever. Yeah.
And the reality is, yeah, you're right. He does not take a day off. All in.
You,
And then welcome to my life, Mangler.
sorry, kid.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, it's fine. She should have known what she was getting herself into, dude. It was during COVID. I was driving a 360 on Sundays. So anyway, it was just to try to keep my sanity. But anywho,
skipping her birthday, just yeah.
It's terrible.
You're winning a lot of brownie points these next couple of weeks.
I'm a real bastard. Anyway, and then the next level idea I have. You didn't do shit during COVID. COVID was going on for a while. All right, honey. Let's leave this for the dinner table, okay? Anyway. I had no idea. Yeah. Anyway, blew her mind. That's what it was. So
the best now that she's joining in with the comments. This is awesome.
Yeah. Great. I love
it. We need you every week, dear. This is awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so then I think next week I'm going to convert over an asphalt car into something special.
Ooh.
So we'll see.
Special, huh?
Yeah, special.
So you're going to have 4 cars at Snowbirds?
No, there's going to be 3 cars at Birds.
Okay, but if you're converting an asphalt car, wouldn't that be a 4th car?
No, that's a 3rd car.
Oh, that's right, because you only have 2 now.
Yeah.
The 3rd car, this is just going to be the random whatever car.
Yep. Well, I'll set it up for stock or super stock, whatever it is, and we'll give it a go.
Okay.
Worst case, it doesn't work.
Are you going to get that special carbon chassis? Uh-oh.
It's some sort of carbon chassis. We're bringing it back old school, buddy.
Okay.
All right. What was the carbon like on an A700?
Very stiff.
And?
Oh, not bi-directional.
It was really thick too.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was. It was like 3 mil. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be rocking a 3 mil.
Oh.
See how that goes. I don't know. Might be garbage. We'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too bad you won't be able to get to test it.
Well, I'll test it at Birds.
Yeah, that's fine. You got all week.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, it'll allow me to easily run like multiple motors, multiple things instead of me running like one car in 21 and 17.
Yeah.
At least then throw 2 cars down and maybe learn something.
Well, my trick was I always ran, if I ran 21.5 and 17, I would just keep the 17.5 car in and go out there and run the whole time, and then just melt faces when you ran 21.5. It was a lot of fun. Like, like Jesus Christ. So yeah.
That never happens. That never happens.
What?
People melting faces with their 17.5 cars and 21.5. No.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was always fun. They're like, well, what are you gonna do? I'm like, well, when comes time, I'll put the right motor in. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the car's gonna only be better by just running 17.5.
Well, there's a little difference between I think what they need, but
I took out like 4 clicks of dual rate. I think that was the change.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Maybe it was 5, but yeah, it was like only thing I did different was I just ran less dual rate.
Yeah, some people like a little more drag brake, a little less drag brake. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. So
yeah,
but yeah, I don't know, man. All in all, I thought it was positive. So like, what do I want to try? I want to try like softer top decks. I want to see if take some toe out of the cars, especially out of the stock car. And
were you running the AM13R or AM23R?
I was running the R in stock, and I put some 1s in the mod car.
Okay.
But that was part of I don't know what to do. Let's just put some stuff in it.
I say you run the 23 1s in stock too.
I don't know. Something to try. But like I can tell you right now, unless you think the ones make the car turn more, I don't need that.
They don't.
Okay, well, I don't need that. I need the car to start turning again. So it has to start turning.
Yeah, but you can do that other ways. I mean, I would say put the 23 ones on and then take all that other bullshit off you made it not turn and go from there.
Yeah, so I got to try all that stuff. That's the set of things to try.
Yeah, it's all going to go down on Saturday. Is it practice just on Saturday? Or you guys going to race?
Nah, it's racing. So
that sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right.
I think I've only got one practice day there, maybe ever, or I don't know. It's hardly, maybe no practice days there. I think I got a practice day there before Worlds.
Right.
Yeah, I got a practice day before Worlds. That was it. But,
sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Congratulations for being the ROAR Regional 11 champion in 21.5.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I know that you wear that title with a sense of pride and honor.
I will. And I'm very happy about my mod car and how it came around, because going into Q4, I wasn't fulfilling the rule that I like to say.
Oh, you weren't beating your 21.5 time? Holy shit.
Not even, well, I say you should beat the TQ's time. It was my time also. But you know what I mean? Like, it should be doing it. And so, like my whole rationale of just taking the turbo out of it, I was like, well, this 5.5's got to be faster than whatever 21.5. It doesn't matter how good or bad it is.
Right.
A 5.5 is better than a 21.5. So I just need to go basically 21.5 speed and then go wee on the straightaway, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't remember really running a lot of turbo anyway.
Yeah.
On carpet, but
maybe, I don't know.
No.
Like, I
ran all the turbo this weekend, so it was fun.
No, I bet. So, yeah.
Anytime you get a run, I mean, if you ever get a chance to run a 220-foot straightaway with mod and turbo,
did you run? You didn't run Kissimmee in 14, did you?
No, was not there.
What were you doing then?
So I didn't move to Florida till November of 14.
Okay.
So I was still like back home. I was still back in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Working towards the move to here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that just was because like it was still late in the year.
Yeah. Because the race,
it was October or something.
Yeah, because it back ended into IIC. So for some crazy people, there were 3 weeks of racing.
Right.
There was 12 scale, then touring car. I didn't do 12 scale. I did touring car, and then I did IIC.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the transition time that I was getting things ready.
Yeah.
Trying to move to Florida. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because that place I think was 300 feet, something dumb.
The other one is the really nice, and it's a lot of fun too, is Miami, even though we never get to run there, but it's still a lot of fun too. As far as it's deeper than Nuggets by like 20 feet, but just as long. So, and the driver stand's much taller, so you get a lot further perspective from where you're at. But nevertheless,
yeah, I don't know, interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I ran all the turbo. It was awesome.
Did you run a 4.5 or a 5.0?
4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I like I told you last podcast or whatever. I don't think I've ever had a mod car able to put down as much power as I was able to put down. Like it felt that good, and it was I was fairly consistent. And I mean, obviously, Sam, and I always base everything off what Sam would do, and Sam would probably run 0.8 faster than I would anyway. But, I thought it felt really good for what I had, and like I said, I was able to be consistent with it. That was another thing. That's always when I run mod touring is I don't necessarily have to have the fastest lap, but if I can be really consistent, I feel that that's a little bit half the battle.
No, I get it. And so like that's kind of the way I was thinking about, whatever my turboing down change was. You know,
Right.
like I was like, I don't need to go 9.0. And like I didn't actually do 9.0 with turbo. I did 9.0 with no turbo.
Right.
But I hit something like 1 hero lap in the morning. And otherwise, you know, whatever. You're just doing 9.2s, but you can do 9.2s like all
Right.
race. That's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The fact that I was able to like push the car, you know, that I haven't got to be able to do that a lot. You know, so that was fun. And like even in stock, I mean, the car was really good. I had it was so cold that when the first qualifier stock, we did our warm-up laps, and then some guy's transponder wasn't counting. So he had to go down the stairs, look at his transponder, I can plug it in. Then he had to go check in and walk up the stairs, check in. And so like my car just kind of sat there and the tires cooled off. And so I go around, there's this timing and scoring, and I kind of go onto the straightaway and the car spins out. And then this next lap, it was really edgy. And then the tires finally warm up about lap 3. But like even those first two, I mean, I probably lost 3 seconds in the first 2 laps and still, you know, ran really well. So I was kind of happy with the stock car. And I hadn't changed. I literally changed nothing from Flagler. Like
did you put a pinion at it?
Yeah, I put a little bit of pinion at it. But other than that, that was it.
Yeah.
And so I was really happy with the fact that, you know, 2 tracks, car was good at both. I feel like I have a setup going forward. I actually went
that setup down.
Huh?
Do you write that setup down?
Yeah, it's already written down. I just copied Craig Xavier's setup. So I don't know. But the only thing so when the rain hit, I was hoping that we were going to it was only going to be very brief. Then we're going to get to run again. So I had the LTL 19 LTLs on the mod car, and I really wasn't using them because I was running the longer link. So I put them on the stock car, retrimmed everything out, hoping I was good to run, and I never did. So I think I want to start with that anyway for Bakersfield.
Yeah,
I think that'll be the kind of the ticket. But
yeah,
the car could have used a little bit more grip, but it's also, you know, it was fucking 60. So, but I feel it's going to be the same temperature too at Bakersfield.
Correct, or colder.
Yeah. So, it was also nice. I got to practice my warm weather racing, like the layers to put on, the long underwear underneath the jeans.
Wow.
Like I had all the, you know, so like accoutrement to properly race in the cold weather. So like I feel like I kind of practiced for it too. I got that in, and so
you're wearing
a little cold.
You're wearing long johns?
Fuck yeah. Dude, I got to the track, it was 49.
Yeah. No, I don't think I have long johns. I might, but I'm not going to wear those. I'm going to wear track pants, and I'll be fine.
The wind's just going to cut right through them bitches.
Whatever. It's fine.
Be like, man, I got to go to Walmart.
Maybe. We'll see.
Or TJ Maxx. Yeah, we got to go buy you shorts at the Worlds.
Yeah. I just needed new shorts. That's all. You know? I think it was Ross. All right. Ross. Yeah. Anyway. And so George says the goal should be running mod is, I guess, being consistent instead of chasing that stock TQ time. I still think you got to do the stock TQ time, or you shouldn't be.
Yeah, you got to be faster than stock. That's for sure.
If you're not, especially if you have the stock TQ.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't beat yourself. So.
Well, who else is going to do it for you?
Yeah. But, yeah. So thankfully, I had a decent run in Q4. Looked like less of a tool bag, and then just needed to do something. That's all. So, but mod's a lot of fun. It makes stock feel very easy, and
it's always a lot of fun. That's the problem with mod. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Like I think it's like the closest thing on-road racers having to racing like 8-scale buggy or whatever, because it kind of gives us the woohoo. Where that's, you know, they get that all the time, and that's why, you know, there's so many knuckle draggers running it. It's because they just want that woohoo. And we only get it when we run mod, even though we're not that great at it. So
Yeah.
but
So
anyway.
we'll see. I don't know, but yeah, I'm jazzed. So Saturday should be good, and I guess you're going to be paint car mode and snowbirds.
Yeah, so like I've already. This is shit.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the rebuild has started.
Okay.
The freshening up that is, and so there's that car, and then this car. This is the one I put in the pictures on the page this morning, where I wired up the fan. And if you haven't seen their Facebook page, the fans are the new hotness now in 12 scale, and with the FabTech motor fans and such. So there's this 30 gauge wire that I found, and you can find the link on our Facebook page. Help support the channel, and I made extending leads for my fan, and it worked out really well. I was really happy with this wire.
But did you have to wire it to a speedo?
No, I wired it to the receiver.
So I think if you have like the TQ wire, like extender, that would probably be easier because it's already
because the fans have the stupid that little white connector on them.
Like what I'm saying here is, so like, look, I have a random thing. I think this came out of a Tekin. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I could program my thing like this.
Right.
Or I can just snip the end over here and then wire it to my fan, and this would be long enough.
Yeah, but then you have 3 wires.
Yeah.
And it's not black, so it doesn't look good. It's like running a blue battery. And, this is classy. It's twisted, I mean, it looks professional this way. Whereas you look like a savage.
Oh, sorry. Were you talking?
Details matter, kid. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Because this is the connector that comes on these.
Yeah.
You got to cut that off.
Yeah. So, I used to make like ends for those back in the day.
Yeah, they just plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, I just wired up some wires, crimped some new contacts on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wonder if people know how to use a crimp tool.
I doubt it.
Oh, here it is. So this is the crimp tool that I have.
Okay. Seems fancy.
Yeah, it's nice. It's I don't know if so in the world of electronic assembly, the key to any tool that you use is that it has a full cycle, right? So a full cycle is when you squeeze the handle and release it, and it works. So this is a full cycle crimper. It does have like ratchet or whatever, but the key is how to insert the contact into the crimper. And I don't know if anybody really cares about this shit. I'm sure you're probably bored, but I don't.
No, I know how to crimp wires, but I've actually given up on it. I just solder shit to things instead.
No, well, if you want to, so you can buy these contacts as well.
Yeah. And
the key is so if you look at this, you can see how one's a little tighter than the other.
Yep.
All right. So the inside, this side is a little tighter, right? And so when you put your contact in, kind of want to just get it started in there, and that's what the little ratcheting does.
Yeah. What you have is nicer than I have. I just have some like red-handled Johnnies, and yeah.
So you just put the contact in like that, and then you stick your wire in. Mm-hmm. You don't want to go all the way to the front. You just want to go to where the crimp stops, and then you just cycle it through, and you just crimp your new leads in.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Form contacts, and the thing is, people are like, oh, it's so hard. I always screw it up. One, get a better decent, because there's like these things, these savage things, which are just like they're not that great, and to have a cycle crimper to where you can actually kind of get close to it, so where it actually kind of holds your contact in, and then you stick your wire in, and then you just finish it, much better.
All right.
So,
well,
pro tip.
Yeah. Ronnie's asking, well, where do you get these things? And so our main man Fabio, he has them.
Which thing is these?
The fan mounts. And
Yep.
so ooh, that's not the right price. Who would ever pay that? Let's get the right prices going. Here we go. That's the right price. All right, let's try this one more time.
Never pay attention to the man behind the camera.
Yeah, ignore all that dealer pricing. All right. Anyway, so here's these fans. So there's one made for a 30 millimeter fan, and I'm telling you, this is going to be more work. All right. The 25 millimeter fan is what you showed. That's going to be easier. All right. But the challenge is you're going to need a fan. And so the fan that Fabio had shown and you had shown is this fan right here, this Wild Turbofan 2510. It is sold out here, but if you go to our friends over at A-Main, they have a grip of them. So,
but you're gonna have some soon, right?
well, as soon as it takes for our friend Leo Chang to ship some stuff, but yeah.
Okay. So anyway, but yeah, to crimping wires and recrimping, that's really nice. I think it's very helpful, especially if you break an end or whatever. You can cut your wires, crimp new ends on, so your stuff's a little cleaner. You don't have to worry, because some people don't like to solder either, right? Or not very good at soldering.
Yeah.
And crimping is a very good alternative to that. It gives you a little bit cleaner look, I think, too.
I just got a new solder tip. Look how tiny this thing is.
Yeah.
It is so tiny.
Should be used to that.
Nah, kid.
So, but yeah. And then also don't get dejected with form contacts. Take a couple, practice on some wires. Like, you can usually buy these things by like the gross. So just, put it in there, practice a couple times with wires, get your strip length right. Mm-hmm. You do want the end of the contact to overlap on the insulation.
Yeah. So it doesn't rip off on wire or break.
Right. You want that to be around the insulation, gives you some support. Yeah. We can get into IPC and get real deep on what's a proper.
No one knows what that means. That small gauge stuff, Mangler, I strip it with my nails.
Yeah.
I know you do that too.
Or my teeth, one or two, yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like if you use scissors or an X-Acto, often you put too much on it. So like that real thin-walled stuff, it just, you don't need crazy nails. I'm not doing blow here with my fingernails. Anything can get it off.
I have these really nice cutters that are from they're Swiss made.
Ooh.
And like they're pretty sharp. They're really sharp, and like you can do fine stuff with it, but you got to have a touch. And like I have a Midas touch. Everything I touch goes to gold. And so yeah, I mean, I can I could do this with that and not have to use your fingers or teeth or whatever. But yeah,
are those crimpers that you got? Can you find those on Amazon?
I looked for them today, and I did not find these particular ones. I found similar.
Yeah.
I was gonna post some stuff up about this, but I didn't want to overwhelm people with like fucking crimpers and contacts.
Yeah, too much stuff.
And the problem is too is when it comes to the contacts, like you can, like this is just a small little sampling of the contacts that I have. It's hard just to find the females. Like you always have to get a kit with males and females, and the males are just trash. You just have to throw those away. What? Yeah.
The female said the males are just trash, and she went, ha!
Yeah.
I like it.
So, yeah. So, anyway, those are trash, so you just have to throw them away. So then I'm like, I was trying to find just female contacts only, and I couldn't really find that. And then I found tools similar, but not exactly. So, this is the QBAK, QUIBAOK.
Yeah, it sounds like a nice Chinese company.
And there's the part number QI280BMA. and it's for 26 to 20 to 26 gauge. Now I used 30 gauge wire. It was still a good enough crimp. It'll be fine. Again, we're not trying to meet IPC standards or anything like that. We're just make sure it works, And so but again, and form contacts are the hardest contacts to crimp. So practice.
Yeah, and worst case, roll over the snowbirds. A Mangler will hook you up.
Yeah, I'll crimp some shit for you.
See,
I mean, it'll be when I do it, it'll be like NASA certified, but
yeah, sure,
because I got it like that.
All right.
Some things that also, I don't know if anyone got a chance to check it out, but we were on a podcast.
What podcast is that?
The No Name podcast.
You mean the No Name RC podcast?
That one, yes.
Yeah.
With our friend Lefty. And I thought it was a great time. I had a lot of fun.
Is that where you're cheating on me?
No, we were cheating on each other together.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
It was a menage a trois.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He wasn't really ready for us.
No, but he enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah. So, and supposedly we're going to maybe do a little after party on birds there. And what I think, Mangler, is we got to do a track rats from birds again.
We did that.
I know. I said again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was fun. From the pool. We were from the pool.
Yeah.
We had Kevin Hebert on.
Yeah, bring your swimsuit. Let's do it.
Ooh, no. But
from the hot tub. No?
But I think it helped our subscribership because we went up since that podcast. Now, we haven't really helped out his numbers any because if I look at all the other podcasts that he usually has around 1,300 views. He's only had 700 on ours. So I think a lot of the off-road guys are like, fuck these guys. But they're missing out on gold, Jerry. That's all I'm saying. Gold.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So. And I guess the thing we'll do the promotion. Help get us to only now 500. We're at 343.
Yeah, so we went up 6.
And I
don't know about you, but I've got a few more likes on the whole Facebook page, and I think we've gained some followers as well. So I think his podcast has done us more good than we've done his.
Probably,
but I thought it was a great time. I thought we had a good time. I thought it was a good podcast. I actually listened to it this time. I usually don't do that, but yeah. Pit walkthrough and head cam. What's that?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Why don't we just go Facebook Live and just harass people?
We could do that.
But maybe
the problem is we both get into race mode and we're like, fuck all that. We talk about it all the time. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then we get into race mode and we're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're more likely to do this and harass all the oval guys, which I know they'll love.
And yeah, they won't. But because they're busy doing their shit.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it'll be a good time though. I'm excited. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Sure.
So
true.
Yeah.
Guess what we got?
I don't know what he got.
We got puppies.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Are we going to end the show with puppies?
Yeah, we got puppies. We'll end the show with some puppies.
All right. How many do you have?
We have 2. Well, usually it's only 2 because more than that, it gets a little crazy. So we have Earth and Mars.
I'm sorry, what?
Their names are Earth and Mars. We don't name them.
What sort of stoners are dealing with these?
Dude, when you work at an animal shelter, you go through a lot of fucking names.
I guess, man.
Uh-oh, who we got?
Yeah.
They have a mind of their own sometimes as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Mars is kind of my favorite. He's the littler guy, and but he's kind of a cuddler.
Oh yeah.
No, he just ran away.
Oh.
He's okay. There's Mars.
Oh,
Come here, Earthbird.
look at this little guy.
He doesn't think he's going to be little for long.
No, they're gonna be little big boys. But you put him in your arms, and he just melts.
Yeah.
He just wants to. He just doesn't wiggle, doesn't do nothing. Just melts in your arms.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you do have the big guns, so.
Huh?
You do have the big guns.
Oh well, still, but yeah, he just kind of like melts in your arms, and like he doesn't wiggle again. He doesn't wiggle, he doesn't move. He just lays there. I don't know if he's maybe petrified a little bit. I was told.
He's so cute.
Hi.
Look at how cute he is.
Hi. So yeah, he's just a little ball for.
Okay, finish your
Eric, can I have Earth? Yeah. So. Oh. And then here's his bigger sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes. See, she's a big girl.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. But she doesn't quite melt as much as she does as Earth. But yeah, she's a good one too. Then tomorrow they get returned.
Oh yeah.
They have the little snip. And then they'll be up for adoption. Oh, look at those eyes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And which animal shelter is this in the greater Florida area?
Humane Society of Pinellas County.
All right. Well, hey, Thursday, you might be able to find Mars or Venus or Uranus or whatever these dogs' names are. And it's Mars and Earth. I know. I just had to get a Uranus joke in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's cool.
You ever been? Well, there's a. I know you haven't been there because you've never been to any state in the middle. But there's a Uranus, Missouri.
Oh, Uranus, Missouri, huh?
Missouri, and they have a fudge factory there.
All right.
So
you got nothing.
It's a real place.
And,
yeah.
I'm thinking this one is Robbie Dodge right here. It could be.
Could be.
Little puppy creeping on. So
yeah, but yeah, they're a lot of fun. These two are some good puppies.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, who knows when we'll have more? Every couple of weeks we seem to get a couple for a week or two, and we haven't had kittens for a while. Sometimes we get kittens. But anyway, it's fun.
It's not Robbie Dodge.
No.
A different RD.
All right.
Anyway.
Robbie probably doesn't listen to us.
Yeah, probably.
He's got more class.
No, he's watching like Sesame Street right now. It's fine.
Oh.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Mr. Wiggles. All right. So with that, like and subscribe. Mangler, it's always fun.
Sure.
We'll do this again next week.
Oh, for sure.
And
our pre-snow, we'll go through the entry list of snowbirds, give our predictions on who's going to win what classes, our top threes.
Are you going to make your cut list?
What do you mean?
The guys you cutting, you're going to rough up on.
Yeah. I mean, I have a good history of being done on Saturday. The last two snowbirds. So I'm going to run GT12 this year in hopes that doesn't happen. Gentlemen race some GT12.
Yeah. You got to work on that cut list. Make it strong, bro.
But yeah, we'll go through the list. We'll do our top three. And since we're not racing each other at all this time.
Yeah, it's simple.
Yeah.
It
won't be nearly as fun, but
and then the question is, how do you not want to keep those dogs?
We already have two other large dogs, and there's always more puppies.
Yeah.
So this is Headley,
and
she's a cuddler too.
Okay.
And she just likes to have her head pet, and so we have Headley and we have Sinclair, and they're enough. So there's a typically a 2-dog rule in the house. You only have 2.
But how are you allowed to stay there?
He goes, how am I allowed to stay here? But anyway, so yeah, and it's kind of one of those things. There's always more, and that's the and that's kind of the benefit too, is that they're always just puppies. So like you don't have to deal with the obnoxiousness or the craziness or whatever. that comes along with the dog as they get older.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
These guys are good. They actually go to the bathroom outside and
Yeah, like really.
already. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Oh, we've had some that they couldn't find a pee pad to save their lives. They're just fucking pissing everywhere.
That sounds great. Sounds great.
I don't have to deal with that too much, thankfully.
Well, there you go. That sounds like winning, you know.
It is.
But
right.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, do a snowbird prediction next week, and then we'll see each other on Monday in sunny Florida. Hopefully, the weather's a little nicer. We don't have any of these bomb cyclones and Arctic. Yeah, this is what we're having right now: is a bomb cyclone Arctic blast or whatever shit this is.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, I don't know, man. That's all I got.
Thanks everyone for joining and listening, and hopefully go check out the other podcast. It was a great show. We break down 12 scale worlds one more time.
Yeah.
And
again.
Yeah. So, but it was fun. It was a different. I mean, I had a good time. I know you were like, but
no, I had a good time, dude. You know,
I asked you how it was, and you're like,
you know, it was fine. Whatever. Hey, it's exciting. You know, like everyone's first time is exciting. I get it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, just like you. You know how you're on top of the podium and you're like this?
Because I've been there before.
Yeah, exactly. So how was that other podcast? It was fine. I've been there before.
All right.
Whatever. So
appreciate.
Yeah. But when you hacked up those pictures, I was making sure to smile, also sucking my gut. You know, during the mod picture, I said right as they're about to take the picture, I said tits up, and everyone laughing. So yeah, it was good. You know,
I noticed that the last time, so we're now playing around with our thumbnails and spicing them up a little bit. We got more views on the last podcast than we have previously for several of the ones previously. So maybe the clickbait's working.
Maybe everyone just wants to see Ron Goder's tight pants.
What is that too?
Yeah, you know, those are some tight pants. So
yeah, they were yoga pants.
Yeah, they were something. I don't know what they were. But there wasn't much pants to them.
No, they were very see-through.
Yeah. So it helped to have in there too. But yeah. So yeah, I guess you'll have to photo hack something up for next time.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
And we'll go from there.
All right,
guys. Oh, great idea. Thumbnails should be with puppies.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, some clickbait, you know, or maybe some, you know. Anyway, all right.
Later.
I'm gonna get you.
Bye.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.